Hello, the Pioneer viewers. As you know, our agenda is Russia-Ukraine war. While the war continues in all its reality, important information continues to come from the front line. While the fierce days of the war are being experienced, the agenda of politics has turned to war. The second year of the war between Russia and Ukraine is approaching. The parties are making moves to protect the increased their mutual gains. Both armies have been worn out by the war. Intense fighting, bombardment, and chaos have made both sides cautious. The side that can use its resources efficiently and overcome the psychological challenges of the war will win the war. The important thing is to what does need to be done in offensive and defensive positions without losing motivation. In order to achieve this goal, it is very important to utilize the produced technology. The war process that started with Russia's invasion attempt against Ukraine continues. Initially, Russia's plans to quickly invade the regions did not work out. When the plans failed, the Russian army became very worried and process continued in favor of Ukraine. The Ukrainian army does not stop its attacks against Russian targets. The Ukrainian army, which stayed in defensive position for a certain period and broke the occupation power of the Russian army, is now making successful moves in offensive positions. Military discipline and technological superiority are the two most critical points on the front line. Armies without military discipline are no different from any other community. Armies with military discipline, on the other hand, live with the true soldiers and army mission. Technological advances, on the other hand, have a huge impact on the fate of the wars. Recent news reports have shown unmanned aerial vehicles with the machine guns and the Ukrainian army has started to use on the front line. It is known by experts that the Ukrainian army's vehicles have a very good firepower. Now, if you're ready, let's analyze the Ukrainian army's airstrikes and technological developments on the front line. As the Pioneer, we continue to report on Russia-Ukraine war. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so as not to miss our daily map reports and reports on the agenda. I also read all your comments on our videos. Please continue to share your ideas about our content in the comments with us. Tell us in the comments what content you would like to see on the Pioneer channel. Let's start if you are ready. The Pioneer reports. Ukrainian special forces have struck Russian strongholds in the annexed Zaporizhia region, it was recently announced. New images from the region show fighting intensifying on the southern front lines. A short night vision clip posted on social media by Kiev's Special Operation Forces shows several explosions captured by fighter jets. The Ukrainian military said one of the operators discovered two Russian strongholds while conducting reconnaissance along the southern front line. The operation was carried out thanks to the Ukrainian drones carried out reconnaissance and observation work in the area. Identifying Russian targets in the area, the drones gathered the necessary information for a powerful attack. The routine of the Russian troops who had been in the region for a long time was now clear. For this reason, the reconnaissance carried out by the Ukrainian operators actually constituted the roadmap of the operation. Waiting for the most favorable conditions for the operation, the Ukrainian army launched the operation when the conditions were right. The Zaporizhia region was one of the places where the most intense clashes took place since the first days of the war. As the Ukrainian army launched a counterattack, it liberated many villages in the region from the Russian occupation. In its latest drone-filmed attack, Kiev said Ukrainian Special Forces fighters fired anti-aircraft guns at Russian positions, destroying Moscow's equipment and killing the soldiers occupying them. In a statement released by the Ukrainian Special Forces, important messages were shared against the U.S. invaders. Stating that they reminded the invaders that the region is Ukrainian territory, the Special Forces stated that they will fight decisively. They said that they will remind them of the death by planting Ukrainian flags in the Russian regions destroyed in the attacks. The Zaporizhia region is also home to the Europe's largest nuclear power plant, dangerously placed on the front lines since the early days of the war, sparkling fears of nuclear accident. The head of the United Nations nuclear watchdog Rafael Marino Grossi expressed concern the other day that the Zaporizhia nuclear power plant at Enerhodar southwest of Zaporizhia poses real potential dangers for a major accident. As the Ukrainian army continues operations on the front line, new technologies are attracting attention. Kiev is using experimental ground robots equipped with machine guns on the front lines against Russian forces. The Ukrainian army, which has lost many soldiers during the war, is trying to continue the war through robots. firefighting with unmanned aerial vehicles and robots preserves a significant amount of manpower. Recent images shows that the Ukrainian army utilized robots in many areas. Robots are displayed in mine clearance works, firefighting works, machine gun works, and thanks to the investment made in recent years, the Ukrainian army has become one of the leading countries in the unmanned technologies. Ukrainian main drones have attracted attention for bombing Russian targets in the Black Sea and crossing the border to carry out attacks on the Russian territory. Ukraine's investments focus not only on drones but also on crewless ground vehicles. In mid-September 2023, Mikhailo Fedorov, Ukraine's Minister of Digital Transformation, said Ukraine was testing its ironclad unmanned robot in frontline combat missions. It is equipped with a machine gun or robotic combat turret, and it's designed to help attack enemy positions, conduct reconnaissance missions, and provide firepower, Fedorov said. The war machine, which can reportedly travel up to 12 miles per hour, offers great advantages to the Ukrainian army. Fedorov said that the combat robots are remotely controlled from a secure location and protect the lives of the Ukrainian soldiers. The Ukrainian minister had previously said in late August that tests were underway on 25 Ukrainian-made combat robots of different types, including kamikaze robots. Ukraine's heavy emphasis on technological investments is seen as a necessary step for the future. The Ukrainian military shares its vision with the international community, saying the fantastic future has already arrived. Ukrainian technologies used on the front line are being developed by a large team of Ukrainian engineers. While Ukrainian engineers continue their work, the use of new technologies is completed by the Ukrainian army. It is thought that Ukraine will reach a significant military power in the post-war period and its infrastructure is ready. What do you think about the airstrike organized by the Ukrainian army? Do you think the Ukrainian authorities are managing the war process as well? What do you think are the main problems of the Russian army? What do you think about the new combat vehicles of the Ukrainian army? Do you think that the Ukrainian army is one of the leading states in the military technology? I care about your opinion. Please share it with us.